Likutei Moharan, Torah Lamed Chet. About to finish part Bet. וכשהוא כופף את רוחו שערה, דהיינו שהוא נוטל ממנו כל הדיבורים שנפלו לתוכו, אז יקם שערה לדממה. When the person understands that all of the Yetzer Hara that he's got inside of himself, it's only things that are coming to wake up his heart to pray to Hashem Yitbarach, so then he forces that storm wind to become quiet, means closeness to Hashem, Kirvat Elokim. Because Hashem is not coming not in noise, not in thunders, not in lightnings, not in storms, not in earthquakes. Not to rebuke, but maybe to help those poor guys to shut their mouths a little bit. All of those people that try to say, look at that earthquake, Hashem is telling us this, that earthquake, Hashem is saying that happened in that day, that happened in that day. You're all talking Lashon Hara on Hashem. You know, what do you want from that poor God? All of the time saying horrible things about Hashem. All of the time saying Lashon Hara, look, Hashem made that and Hashem done that. It's true, Hashem is beyond everything. Hashem is above everything. Hashem controls everything. But you're making us all scared. You're making us all be afraid from Hashem. You reject us from that understanding that Hashem is Av Rahman, that He's Father of mercy. No one can really commit himself to Avodat Hashem if he's afraid, if he's terrified, if he's doing it out of fear, out of anxieties. No, if I'm not going to do this, if I'm not... A friend of mine been to Rabbi David Abu Chatzera. He called me after. I told him, no, how was it? He said, am I allowed to talk about it? Is it allowed for me to tell you what was in the meeting? Yeah, no, I don't know. Yes, no, whatever. Why? What's the problem? What happened? You cannot talk. You've been to a tzaddik. You talk to him. No, am I allowed to talk about it? Am I supposed to talk? What's going on, guys? What's going on? We're not supposed to be so scared, so afraid. Okay, so we've been hurt. Okay, so we went through a lot of difficulties in our lives. Okay. The war is to believe that Hashem, He loves you. On that you need to fight. And even if Hashem Himself is hiding that, you need to argue with Him until the day that you're going to see it, until you're going to prove it to Him that He loves you. If now, Chas Shalom, your father told you, you're not my son anymore. This is it, you go. If you go, it means that okay, he's not my father also. But if you love your father, now you love your wife tells you, I want to divorce. Okay, so we're gonna, so it means it's insulting her even more. If you accept it, it means you want it, because you go in the way that you want. If you love your wife, when she tells you, I want a get, I want to divorce, you're gonna tell her, I'm sorry, never, no way. I'm gonna do everything that I should do not to lose you. I love you. What's going on? I'm sorry. I hurt you so much. You're going to run to the field. You're going to do tshuvot. You're going to confess. Because you love your wife. Now your child tells you, you're not my father anymore. I'm going to my way. So, okay, go. It means you never loved him. I'll go with you to wherever you're going to go. You go to India, I'm coming with you. You go to Thailand, I'm coming with you. You're going to go take drugs, I'm coming with you. I love you, like Hashem. Like Hashem. Hashem is saying to each and every one of us, Ani shochen itchem betoch tumotechem, in your contaminations. I'm with you. You cannot feel Him. You feel Him. You woke up. I don't need you to answer. You woke up, here you're here. You're alive. Hashem is with you. He gave you another breath. He gives you the ability to see, to speak, to talk. All of those powers are not physical powers. It belongs to you. You cannot purchase those powers You cannot pay no doctor in the world to give you your eyesight, to give you the ability to taste, to smell. No doctor in the world. They can try. They can take a lot of other things on the way, chas shalom. I met a woman once. She lost her husband when she was 50. He was 56 or something like that. Some doctor told him, I have a certain experiment that maybe you want to try. It can help you, but you have to sign here. He went for one day, ishpuz, to the hospital for one day. He died. We're sorry. He didn't have nothing. That's just an experiment. It didn't work. This is it. Nothing. He died. They killed him, and she couldn't do nothing because he signed that he agreed to that treatment, to that test, surgery, and this is it. They took him. Sorry. Don't worry. No doctor can help you in nothing. Only Hashem can give you. And when Hashem is hiding His face from us, we need to ask ourselves, why? But not to think that because that it's hard, so Hashem Yitbarach, He doesn't love me anymore. No, don't talk Lashon Hara on Hashem. You don't understand. It's hard for you. Okay, so if it's important to you, you're going to investigate and until you're going to find it. Like we compared it. If you lost 5 shekels coin, okay, you're going to look for it for 30 seconds. If you lost 10 shekels, 20 shekels, okay, you're going to look for it for a minute, in few more pockets, in few more drawers, you're going to look for it. Okay, wonderful. If you lost 200 shekels bill, okay, wonderful. On that, you're going to work for half an hour, you're going to ask, you're going to make some phone calls, maybe you saw it, someone, you're going to put a sign, I lost something. Okay. If you lost a suitcase of $1 million, someone once asked and told me a story that he found a bag with a few hundred thousands of shekels in the street of Geula. He took it immediately. It wasn't a straight person. He took it immediately. When he saw it, he stolen it. He took it. He hid it. And he went into a certain store and he started to hide it inside of his stuff. And he wasn't opening it. He just put it under his coat. Suddenly he heard a person running in the street screaming, my bag, I lost my bag, and he's screaming. He said, I saw the sorrow, and it's not a straight person. I'm telling you that it's a criminal. He saw that person with his eyes like that. He told him, come, here's your bag, take it, don't worry. He saw the sorrow on the face of the person. He wasn't supposed to give it. But because that he saw how much pain that guy had when he lost that hundreds of thousands of shekels, he gave it back. He couldn't stop himself. When you want something and it's important to you, you will never gonna give up on that. So Hashem Yitbarach blocks your eyes now from seeing that His mercy. From seeing His mercy. Okay. Now the only question is how important it is to you to find Hashem, to reveal His mercy. And if it's important to you on yourself, it's wonderful. And if it's important to you to reveal that secret to all of the nations, to all of the world, to all of Am Yisrael especially, then you're very important. Then you're doing something big. Then your life worth something, worth living. Because you reveal the truth. And the truth is going to be hidden. And especially in those generations that so many things are occupying our minds and blocking our eyes from seeing the simple truth that Hashem, He wants to give you. He wants to give you. And He waits that we're going to help Him. Tnu oz le'elokim. We need to give power to God, as weird as it sounds. That's our mission. We're so important. We're so important. And it's like a lot of things that you're going to see. A car. Amazing thing. That's the main thing. If you don't have the key, it doesn't worth nothing. If you cannot put fuel in it, it doesn't worth nothing. If you don't have a spark, electric spark, it doesn't worth nothing. and it costs you so much money, so many thousands of shekels of dollars, and it doesn't worth nothing because you don't have the key, because the engine is not something small. So you can look at yourself still that you're very small, no problems. You are, I am, we are, we're tiny. But without that small screw, the machine is not working. Not working. Just doesn't work. Sorry. And it's you. And if you're out of the picture, there's no picture. If you're here, you're part of the picture. And if you wouldn't be part of the picture, and if you wouldn't be important, you wouldn't be here. Hashem is not playing. Hashem is not doing nonsense. Everything is so deep, so deep, so deep. So deep. Every detail. You cannot write the explanation, your investigation and what your conclusions on one leaf in the creation of Hashem Yitbarach. On one leaf, not on a flower that you cannot grab the creation of a flower. There is more information that you can write in a lifetime in a cell. In one cell. No one can investigate. No one can stop, can finish. All of the people, all of the scientists, they cannot finish. They cannot write on one cell, on one wall, on one person, on one clock, on one watch, on one book, on one letter. You cannot. Zohar Kadosh, the Tikkunei Zohar, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai wrote all Tikkunei Zohar to show us on one word on Bereshit. And it's only 70 out of endless, out of no number. And only on the first word to tell you that also on the word bara he can write the same book, and Elokim. Oh, you know what we're talking about? You don't know nothing. And you're going to consider yourself as nothing. You're going to think that Hashem Yitbarach for years, He's making things, moves in the world just for you. That shirt that you wear, you know how many people sweat, how many people ruin their own hands and lives so that you're going to have that shirt for that stupid factory in Taiwan that you wear, that you have those glasses now on your eyes. You know how many people are working for one bag of rice a month that you're going to be able to open those cucumbers, kufsachimurim, how you call that? Pickles. To say bracha. You know how many people wakes up in the middle of the night and running and sweating and fighting with their wives and arguing and driving trucks and plowing and harvesting and seeding and waiting and designing and thinking and investing and you take that poor cucumber. Oh, I forgot to bless. Okay. It's nice, but you should understand your importance. Who are you that Hashem puts so much energy into your life? So your life are not so stupid. Your life are not so empty. If Hashem found your life important enough to put so many things inside of your life, because you don't have only those pickles in your life. You have your shoes, you have your socks, and you have few pairs of everything. All of your clothes, all of your furnitures in your house, everything. The world is surrounding you and working full power that you're going to have everything that you see. Every car that drives is important to your tikkun, brings you to your purpose. If you have the eyes, you can see things. The private supervision, it's awesome. It's beyond human reach. You cannot understand what Hashem is doing with you, for you. Even I am here for you. Even you are here for me. Even for Amar Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva said, every person should say, all of the world haven't been created for no one else except of me. So Rabbeinu explained, so what? What should I do with that? To be a ruler, to be a leader, to be above everyone? No. To see how can I complete what do they need, fulfill their needs. So if I can help, I'm going to help. If I can give a hand, can give an advice, I'll do that. If I cannot, so I'll pray for them. I'll try at least to make the Bodeduyot on Am Yisrael. I fell from all of my Bodeduyot, but every day I'm doing more than 1 hour on Am Yisrael every day. I fell from everything, but from Am Yisrael, how can you fall from Am Yisrael? What do you have in your life if you're divided from Am Yisrael? What do you have? It's not a big deal for me to cry. I lost it already a long time ago. The control on the berries, on the faucet, I lost it. But Rachmanim chayim enam chayim. Person that have rachmanut, mercy on Am Yisrael, he doesn't have life. You cannot call his life life. Because why? Because he doesn't live for himself, nothing. He's a Imen Anili Hillel is saying, if I don't have no one to help me, so I have to help myself. But when I'm doing things for myself, money, what am I? Am I worth something? Okay, there's no one that can help me to save myself. Wonderful, got it. But if I'm helping myself now, so what am I worth? Who am I? I'm useless. Okay, so I am a tukan. I'm fixed. Wonderful. So, is it important? Like we said, okay, so Yehuda, the holy head of the tribes, is coming back to his father Yaakov. Look at me. Gucci suit, Oakley sunglasses, wonderful, Ray-Ban. Yes, father, finished Shas. I stood up 6 hours, 1 hour before, 1 hour after. Perfect. Father, look at me. Who cares about you? What are you talking about? Where is Yosef? Where is your brother? What are you talking about, Gucci suit? Who cares about your Gucci suit? Who cares? There are people that are walking barefoot. Your suit worth something? Amazing suit. You can sell it and to buy some underpants for poor people, for naked people. Okay, you finish Shas. Nice, it's a wonderful Shas. But there are people who don't know that they're Jews. There are people that don't know how to read. You know what? How important you would have been if you would give your hours that you finish Shas? I look at people that wants to be Talmidei Chachamim in this generation. I have pity for them. I have pity for them. It's an imagination. It's a Chassid Shoteh. It's a full Chassid. People are drowning daily, no matter what you're going to say. Have you ever seen Rav Shalom sits and learn? If you think I'm crazy, you ever saw him sits and learn? Only when he doesn't have a choice. Only if no one is calling, only if he doesn't have no meeting, only if no one is on the way, only if he doesn't have no class to give, only if there's no Shlom Bayit on his doorstep, only then. So, only then. באמת. Only then. And not because that he doesn't love to learn. He loves to learn. He loves to learn. But you cannot make yourself satisfy and pleasure yourself with those things when we're talking about critical situations of people. Not that he's not a genius like you. He wants to kill his wife. She is beating their children every day. They don't have children. He's been kicked out now from his house. That person is already over 40 and is not married. That woman, she's got problems in her mind. She's afraid to walk in the street. And on and on and on. And they want to make aliyah and they're afraid to do that. And they don't know how to. And you gonna sit, fix your bow tie, and your cowboy boots, and mamash, be Talmid Chacham. It's pathetic. It's cruelty. You're vicious. If that's your heart now, when Am Yisrael are screaming for help, when the world is screaming for help, people are screaming for help. A very frightening thing is that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is Elokim Emet. He's a God of truth, really. In the end, you're going to be asked questions. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to ask you, with all of the patience, you're going to have all of the time in the world to answer some questions. And you're going to have to give some answers about your life. And everything is okay. I hear you, Hashem going to say. But from those questions that you're going to ask you, you're going to find out who you really were. And if you don't care as much as someone else cared about you, if you didn't give as much as someone else gave to you, and on, it's going to be very embarrassing. Very embarrassing. Very embarrassing. From that I'm afraid. This is terrifying me. And on that I'm working. I know that rule about Shlom Bayit. For years, it was hard for me to understand why am I giving so much to my wife and my wife, she's not giving back in a lot of things. For years I was so dumb to think like that. For years I would look and I would judge her on her lackings, on her things that she's not able to do, on things that she's not completing, and I was thinking to myself that I'm doing more. And it was because that my heart was contaminated, because that my heart was selfish, that my heart was busy to try to complete my will, to achieve my will, not to have to give more. But with the years, with the tshuva that Hashem helped me to do, be'emet, a very deep tshuva, I cannot tell her a word today. Not because that Baruch Hashem, I control my mouth. No. I'm embarrassed. When I look at her, I'm embarrassed. I see her heart. I see how much she is giving, how much she is honest, how much she is truth, how much she's be'emet, she's good. And not because, and I'm telling you, even though that my wife, she is very special, and it's shtuyot. You think your wife, she's worse than my wife? My wife is better than her? Shtuyot, forget it. All of the women, they have a heart. All of the men, they have lust for women that blocks the light of her heart from illuminating your heart. Only when you break that lust for women, only when you don't have selfish will, that you want and you want and you want and you want, that during all of that time, you called Noef. And Noef Isha Chasar Lev. When you still have lust for your wife, I'm not talking about other women at all, your wife. Even that it's for your wife, your lust is, to your wife, that you're going to think that it's kosher. There is no kosher ta'ava, no kosher lust. The mitzvot that you're obligated to keep, that you need to keep, that it's allowed to keep, whatever. To have lust, to have desires, it's forbidden. It's not allowed. When you have ta'ava, you have an animal inside of you that works on using the energy of your heart. When you feel lust, when you enjoy, when you receive satisfaction from that stupid lust, you lose your ability to sense, to feel emotions, to understand things emotionally, to feel with your heart. This is why you cannot understand your wife. This is why she can say the same thing so many times and it's annoying you and it's pushing you and it's pressuring you and you don't understand, and she looks so bad in your eyes and she's acting like that and like that. Because you compare her with your open eyes all of the time to other things, to other women, to other imaginations, to other illusions, to other dreams that you had before. And you lose your wife. And your wife, she is your life. She is the light of your neshama. Rabbi Avram ben Rabbi Nachman said that a person should seek and search for his wife that she is the light of his neshama. When you're going to find your wife, you're going to find your neshama. You're going to find your soul. Your wife, she is your soul. Maybe she's totally depressed. Maybe she cannot talk. Maybe she's afraid to move. So give her the courage. Give her the power. Give her the honor, the ability to express herself. And it's true. When you're going to give her the honor, when you're going to let her express herself, you're going to hear some things that will not going to be so nice for you to hear. And then you're going to stand in a second test. If you seek for the truth, or you seek from the truth. Or that you don't want to hear the truth. That you rather to have honor and to have dignity and that no one's going to rebuke you. Or that you want to be rebuked. When you love the rebuke, you're going to be rebuked. And it's hard. But if you choose that path of being Baal Tshuva, we have a lighthouse. We have Rabbeinu HaKadosh. He's teaching us the way of Tshuva. And Rabbeinu said, Ikar Tshuva, the main part of Tshuva. Sheishma bizyono yidom vishtok. That you're going to hear all of your insultings, all of your shames, and you're going to be quiet in your mouth and in your heart. You're going to accept it with love. You will not going to argue. You will not going to imaginate yourself, imaginations, no, and I, and me, and she, and he. Shh. Relax. Listen to the voice of Hashem talking to you through His messengers, through all of the people that are here to help you, to guide you, to direct you to the path of truth, to be a sensitive person, a good, a normal human being, to care, to love, to give, not to be selfish, not to be rude, not to be violent, not to have bad attributes that control your body and depress your soul. When you break that ta'avat ni'uf a little bit more, how are you going to break that ta'avat ni'uf? For sure, prayer. Beyond everything, above everything, it's prayer. Prayer from the heart. But holiness, Kedushat HaBrit, it's tikkun midot. You need to be a human being to be metukan. You need to have the nature of a man that is gomel chasadim, baishan, rachman, that you're mercy, that you're shy, that you are kind, that you love to give, that you're sensitive, that you care. Then you don't have no ta'avot anymore. You don't care. Who's got time? Who's got time? Who's got time for those imaginations? To behave like an animal, to behave like a dog, to waste hours of your life or minutes of your life. To waste your life. Now you want to go to sleep and you're so tired, and this is it, the bed looks for you like heaven in earth, and this is it, the pillow and the blanket, it's heaven. You're dead tired, you cannot finish Ma'ariv, you cannot finish your daily learning, you cannot finish a lot of things that you had to, you cannot complete washing the dishes, I'm sorry my wife, I'm dead tired, Bezrat Hashem, tomorrow, and you leave it all because you're dead tired. If now someone gonna start wake up your ta'avot, your lusts, will you gonna be so tired? You're gonna stay so tired? If now someone gonna wake up your lusts and desires, will you gonna go to sleep? Or that you're gonna wake up like a demon, like a shed mishachat? But if someone gonna offer you now to learn another page of Gemara, or to finish the dishes that you promised so many times that you're gonna do that, or to wash the floor, or to throw some stuff to the garbage before the next day is starting, you're not gonna do that. Why? Because you don't want to. Don't lie. It's not because you're tired. If you would be so tired, even the best lust in the world wouldn't wake you up. When you're tired, you're asleep. You're already asleep. But now you're sad and depressed and frustrated that you have so many dishes to do and so many pages of Gemara and Ma'ariv. No, yes, you don't want it. That's the truth. So to stand up in front of Hashem Yitbarach and to talk about the truth and to tell Him, Hashem, give me the will. Let me want. Give me a heart. Lev tahor bara li Elokim. Create for me a heart. I don't have a heart. I gave my heart already a few years ago to all of my imaginations. I gave them my heart. This is it. You gave your heart. You don't have a heart. You're empty. This is why you don't feel taste in learning. You don't feel taste in prayers. You don't feel taste in charity. There is no bigger satisfaction in the world, no bigger pleasure in the world, no, not exist. A bigger pleasure than to give. And for you, it's suffering. For me, I'm not rebuking no one. For the person, I mean. It's suffering to give. He suffers to give. She needs you for half an hour to help her. You can enjoy from that half. If you would be normal, if you would be clean, you would enjoy from the fact that you give now half an hour of your time like no lust can give you that pleasure. Why? Simple proof. You become to be like the Creator. You become to be one with Him. If you want to have a Shva'at Tzura, to be exactly like Him, you should be like Him. Means with your back to Him and He's in your back. He's pushing you forward. He gives, you give. You cannot receive. If you receive, you're against Him. You're in front of Him. If you receive pleasure, you're against Hashem. You receive it from Hashem. So you're in front of Him. You want to be like Him? You want to compare yourself to Him? You need to be a giver. You need to give. And then you become to be like Him. You feel His presence when you give. When you wash dishes in the middle of the night. Once one of the Avrechim came to Rav Shalom's house after dawn, before of Netz in Shabbos, Rav Shalom told him, we'll go and we're going to do some Itbodadut together. And this. He went and he knocked on Rav Shalom's door. Rav Shalom opened the door, told him, I'm coming a few minutes. Took Rav Shalom 45 minutes, if I'm not wrong, maybe something like an hour, I can ask that person, to come out from the house. That Avrech asked him, Rav, why it took you so long? He said, when I went to do Netilat Yadayim, I saw piles of dishes from yesterday's meal, from Shabbos. And I knew that my wife, when she's going to wake up, she's going to have all of those dishes to do. And I thought to myself that she's going to have a lot of sorrow from that she needs to do dishes on the morning. So I said to myself that I'm going to give a hand. This is how he started his morning. You want to be better than him. You want to do tshuva. What do you want? You want to go to the field. You want to be better than him. Okay, go for it. It's not the right way. The right way is to believe that if you fulfill your obligation to Hashem Yitbarach, Hashem going to take you to the place that you need to achieve. And if you think that you can do things to achieve big things in your life, it's imaginations. Only Hashem is purifying you. Mi mitayer etchem, avichem shebashamayim. Who is purifying you? Father in heaven. You don't need to purify. Can you purify yourself? How? You're contaminated. At a tameh, how are you going to purify yourself? You're a prisoner. How are you going to set yourself free? You cannot. Only Hashem can set you free. Only Hashem can upgrade you to the place that you cannot imagine that exists. Hashem can bring you to His place, to be with Him, to be with righteous people in heaven. Hashem is doing that to you. Shekideshanu b'mitzvotav. He makes you holy with the obligations, with the mitzvot. So keep the mitzvot. Keep the obligations. Listen to the voice of Hashem. Listen to the voice of Hashem through people, through the messengers, through life, through your Yetzer Hara even, through righteous people, through things in life. You can learn on Hashem from your flesh, from your skin. You can see Hashem. Rabbi David Chaim Stern told me once, Am Yisrael needs a person like you that's going to make salvations to Am Yisrael. She'if'al la'hem yeshuot. I'm thinking to myself now, which yeshuot? Come on. What do I know to do? I'm sending my child to make a cup of coffee for me. I don't know to do nothing. And which salvations can I bring to people? And then I remembered that Rabbi Nachman Tulchiner, I think it was him, been asked, can you tell us a mofet, a miracle from Rabbeinu? He said, I'm a miracle from Rabbeinu. So the miracles that I'm gonna, Be'ezrat Hashem, and already working, making it happen in Am Yisrael, is that each and every one of you become to be mofet, a miracle of Rabbeinu. Those are the miracles. You are a miracle. You are a miracle. Every one of us. Every one of us. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. If you have another drop of will today to serve Hashem, to do tshuva, to pray, to be nicer, to smile to someone, to listen to him, and if I stop you from punching that cab driver, so Baruch Hashem, I'm happy. I complete my job. Thank you, Rabbi Nachman.